Welcome back to another episode of your Office On podcast. I'm your host, Martha, and I am so excited that you came back. I'm so excited that you're here. And we've got a topic that I think a lot of people would like to talk about. And actually, to be honest with you, I've seen a lot of people talking about it. And I think that we're still not getting it, right? We're still not understanding what it is that we need to understand. And today we're going to talk about the pursuit versus the chase. Yes, the pursuit versus the chase in relationships. And why we're talking about it, because I feel like there's a lot of you out there chasing and not really pursuing. There's a healthy difference between the two, and we need to figure it out. All right. And that's what I'm going to give you today. We're going to give you the tools that you need to figure that out so that you can be just exactly that, in the pursuit of love, because I want you to be in the pursuit of love. Love is beautiful. And when two people are interested in each other, how can you go wrong? I mean, you could, but we're not going to go there. Okay. We're going to stay positive. We're going to make it just lovely. Okay. So, what I want to talk about is giving you the definitions between the pursuit and the chase, because one is healthy and one is not. And even just listening to them, I know you can tell the difference, because pursuit sounds really healthy and pure and sexy and attractive. And the chase, it sounds like, I don't know, it just sounds really bad, right? Like I'm chasing. No, I don't want you to chase. I want you to pursue. Okay. And the difference between the two is this. So you have pursuit, which is a mutual, healthy interest between two parties. Plain and simple. It is a healthy interest between two people. That means that if you're interested in me, I'm going to allow you to pursue me and ask me out on a date. And I think that it's inevitable that all men should pursue a woman. I know you guys out there are going to argue that fact and write it down in the comments if you feel like it. That's perfectly fine. But I will say this, men were made to pursue women. That is their life thing, okay? And they're hunters. So ladies, let them hunt you, let them pursue you, okay? Just calm down, be soft, and let them come to you. Let them come to you if you're interested, right? Because if you're not interested, then tell them you're not interested. Because if you don't, that's where the chase comes in, okay? And let me give you the definition of a chase. The chase is a one-sided, often involving a desperation or imbalance in interest. Simply said, you are imbalanced in your effort with pursuit to someone else, and it becomes a chase. Now, a lot of people always say, well, I don't want to chase and I want to be chased. Stop using the word chase. Use this word, use the pursuit. I'm not interested in pursuing you. Or I'm interested in pursuing you. Are you interested in me? We have to work on our communication, because if we're not working on our communication to each other, you are going to chase, because one person's not going to know what the hell you're thinking in your mind. We're not mind readers. We're not. We simply want to know what you're thinking. And if you're pursuing us, well, then let us know, because we want to know if we're interested in you. And sometimes you got to give it some time to get interested with somebody, right? Like I may think you're handsome. I may think you're sexy, but I don't really know who you are. So if you're pursuing somebody, that allows that person who is slightly interested or interested to get to know you, to pursue you, and to get to unfold whoever you are, right? Because I think when we get into the first stages of relationships, we usually tend to put on a mask and we do our best, right? We're like the perfect mate and we want to be perfect. And then the mask slowly starts to fall off and you start to slowly become who you are. Doesn't mean that in the pursuit in the beginning that you weren't that person. It just means that you were trying extra, right? Because you want to convince that other person that you are worth it, right? Which you already know you're worth it. And if you don't, come on, people, work on yourself, work on that worthiness, okay? Because that's where the chase starts. So let's get into this. So a healthy pursuit is this: mutual interest and respect, balance effort from both parties, and communication and clarity in intentions. I want to go down to the bottom one: communication and clarity in intentions. Communicate what it is that you are trying to do with the other person. If you are trying to pursue the other person, then you are simply stating that to that person and you're allowing that other person to respond to you. Now, there are some instances where people are interested and then they become uninterested. And we're failing to communicate that part. So the individual who's pursuing in the healthy way isn't aware that the other person is no longer interested. And so the other person's responsibility should be able to tell you that, hey, it was good in the beginning and I really enjoyed the pursuit, but I'm just not interested. I feel like we're just not aligned, or there are things that are different, or I'm just not in a place in my life to pursue this. Right? Right. How respectful does that sound? Imagine giving somebody that same respect. The chase would never happen. So you guys out here who are chasing, it's because that person is not interested and it's a one-way street. You literally are driving down a one-way street. And you know what? Hold on a minute, because I wrote that down somewhere and I really wanted to say this to you guys. Give me a second and let me find it, okay? I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So, this is what I wanted to say to you, okay? Because I wrote this down and I thought it was just so perfect in explaining and giving the metaphor to pursuit versus chase, okay? The chase is the dead end road and the pursuit has a destination. So, the pursuit is a destination and the chase is a dead end road. Which one do you want? A dead end road or a destination? Now, the pursuit can turn in to a dead end road, and that's okay because you gave the effort. You tried, right? You put in the effort to see where it could go and it just didn't go anywhere. But the chase is always a dead end road. So, let's go back to what I said. Pursuit versus chase. Healthy, not healthy. And that's why you guys are out here complaining about it, because you don't know the difference. You just think the pursuit is the chase and the chase is the pursuit. It's not. It's two different things, way different from each other. Okay, way different from each other. So I want to get into talking about the characteristics of a chase, because I want you to understand what it looks like, because sometimes we think we're pursuing but we're actually chasing. Okay, so the characteristics of a chase is this: the imbalance in effort and interest, feelings of desperation or obsession. This often leads to frustration or burnout. Frustration or burnout. That's that's a lot of you, because you're pursuing something that doesn't want to be pursued. And so you're burning yourself out because you're giving effort where it doesn't belong. Ladies and gentlemen, it's that simple. If you are being pursued, then you need to be respectful and let the person know if you are interested or not interested. If you are being chased, you do the same damn thing. You give them respect to let them know, hey, I'm not interested in this chase. I want to be pursued. And you're not the person that I want to be pursued by. I don't understand why people cannot communicate this. I don't understand why you want someone to chase you when you don't want them. That's that game playing. Ladies and gentlemen, game playing is over. It's so old. It's so 80s and 90s. Let's stop the shit, okay? Because if you're game playing, you're definitely the person who wants somebody to chase you. And you definitely are not looking for some healthy pursuit. Because if you were, you wouldn't be playing games, okay? You wouldn't want somebody to chase you. You would want somebody to pursue you, which means that they give you your healthy space. They let you have a life. Not let you, but you know what I mean? Like, they give you the space to have your life, and you give them the space to have their life. And then you guys put each other in that life. You guys put each other together because you're showing respect for each other. Now, I want to give you a story of mine that happened, I would say, about 7 years now, maybe more than that. I started off with an individual who was pursuing me, and it ended up where I started to chase. So there was the backwards part, right? So this person pursued me, and in the end, I was chasing him, because somewhere in the middle there, it was never communicated that he was no longer interested. So he just breadcrumbed me until it was me chasing him. And I have to tell you guys, no woman should be chasing a man. And no man should be chasing a woman. It should be equal. It should be both parties pursuing each other. And that's what we're trying to talk about here, that you need to pursue each other and eliminate the chase. Because if you're chasing, you're not doing it right. Okay? So I got my feelings hurt because I ended up chasing something that was never interested fully in me. And that's perfectly fine. If somebody's not interested in you, so what? So what? Move on. Do you know how many people are in this world? Billions of people. billions of people, and you will find somebody who is interested, fully interested and invested in you. So let's recognize the difference, okay? Now, the way to identify the pursuit or chase is this. The pursuit is two healthy people showing the same interests. The chase is one person doing the work and the other person not reciprocating. It's that simple. It's black and white. There is no shade in the pursuit versus the chase. All right. Now, I want to give you some red flags of the chase because this is what you need to know. One-way communication, avoiding plans, no signs of forward movement. Three major ones, okay? And if you're not seeing these, then they might partially be interested. They're just, going through something in life and maybe they don't have the time or they cannot put the full effort in. Okay? That's one of those exceptions to the rules, all right? So let's go back to the red flags. The red flags are one-way communication, avoiding plans, and no signs of forward movement. No signs of forward movement should be a huge indicator to you that this is going nowhere, okay? And if you're not getting it, listen, I'm going to be nice about what I'm about to say. If you're not getting it, that someone is not interested in you, you really need to go check yourself and go work on your self-awareness, because once you become self-aware of what your worth is and the value of who you are, you will know the red flags that are in front of you, okay? You will know when they are there. All right? Let's get into the healthy pursuit, okay? Healthy pursuit. Keep the time. That means they're keeping the time with you. The space is healthy. That means that they're creating a healthy space for you. That means that you're going hiking with your girls. You're going to have brunch. You're going to work. You're doing your exercises. You're working out. And he's finding time to be with you. And that means that you are opening your schedule to be with him too, or her. Okay? And healthy communication. Healthy communication is the number one factor for a healthy pursuit, because you're communicating and they're communicating with you. And so there's no miscommunication. And if there is, it's okay. We all have miscommunication, right? And then the other one that I want to talk about is making effort. The pursuit is always making effort. That means even if a man is pursuing me, I'm still making effort to go see him. I'm still making effort to go out on a date with him. I'm still making effort to respond to his text message. I'm still making effort to call him. That is a healthy pursuit. And if you don't see any of that, just ask the person, right? Ask the individual that you're talking to. Hey, are you still interested? Should I continue pursuing, or should I just kind of fall back and let you figure that out? It doesn't matter how you communicate. Just communicate to the person, okay? Because somewhere down the line, the person's going to say what they want. And if they don't, they'll probably just block you or ghost you, which, by the way, my people, both unhealthy, okay? The blocking is not so much unhealthy because you might have to block somebody sometimes, right? I've done it. We have all blocked someone, okay? Let's summarize the differences. Pursuit, healthy, reciprocated effort, and actual communication, okay? The chase is a lack of interest, lack of communication, and no effort. If there is effort, it's slim to none, okay? Now, simple. Both of them are simple to understand. So don't forget, when you are out here in the dating world and you are showing interest, just remember that if the interest is not reciprocated, there could be a lot of things going on in that person's life. So don't be so judgmental, okay? Don't come out the gate going, oh, she doesn't like me or he doesn't like me. That's not the case. Give it some time. The only thing that we have here on earth is time. And time is an illusion because we've all created it. Humans have created time. But for you and I today, all we have is time. And you have to give an unfolding relationship time, because in the end, you will know this one thing that I'm about to say to you. People will always show you who they are. And the only way they can do that is by time. Okay, you have to give them time to let that mask down, to just kind of get vulnerable with you, because they'll show you their interest and they'll show you who they are. All right, I've learned that the hard way, and I've learned that the easy way. And I know some of you are out there still learning that, but listen, once you see who someone is, that's who they are. And if they change, It's one or two reasons: because they need to change or because you are worth changing for. Other than that, most people don't change. They just continue to do the same thing. All right. I want to do this for you guys. I want to encourage you to face who you are, understand what you're looking for, and if you are pursuing individuals, how are you pursuing them? Are you pursuing them in desperation, or are you pursuing them in healthy ways? Because healthy ways means that you are giving them some time, you're going out on dates, you're getting to know them. And if you're not pursuing them in healthy ways, that's where the chase comes in. Ladies, you are definitely chasing if the men in your life are not giving you what you deserve. Bare minimum is not what you deserve. You deserve full cups. And if men are not capable of giving you full cups, then move on. There is no potential in a half full cup because that person has to fill that cup. It's not your job to fill their cup. Your job is to fill their cup over. Okay? It's not to fill it up, it's to fill it over. It should already be full when they meet you. And I want to stress this. That goes for you men too. If a woman is not filling your cup and it is mutual, then you're wasting your time. Because when a woman is invested in something, she's going to multiply it. She's going to fill it up and she's going to nurture it and she's going to care for it. When she's not interested and she just takes, I mean, she's really not trying to get to know you. She's just really out for self. And excuse me, ladies, but it's the facts. I'm a woman. I know, been there, done that. Okay. So you can't tell me that I'm lying or miscommunicating the facts. All right. I see this every day in society, and it scares me that healthy men feel like they are chasing women, and healthy women feel like they are chasing men. Yes, it does happen. Healthy people can get into the rut of chasing instead of pursuing. And it's all about a healthy balance, guys. When you pursue something, just like a goal, right? You put your all into it. You give it effort, you give it time, you give it discipline, you give it dedication, right? And that's the same thing when it comes to an individual that you're trying to pursue, right? You give it this effort, you give it this time, and it should be back to you the same way. And healthy relationships thrive off of a healthy pursuit. And I'm going to go back to the beginning of what my conversation was. Men are pursuers. They are meant to pursue a woman. Now, a woman could initiate the interest, right? But you want to leave the ball in his court and you want him to pursue you because that's what they're made for. They're made to hunt. And if they're not hunting you down, not like that, but if they're not hunting you down with the pursuit, they're not worth your time. They're not worth your time. Women, just show them interest if you're interested, right? Just reciprocate it back and communicate. It's simple. It is so simple. I'm driving this home with the communication, right? Because I feel like today communication is slim to none. We are living off of our phones and we're not physically communicating to the individual that we're trying to pursue. We stay behind text messages and DMs and instant messaging, and we don't reach out and actually create a connection with the other person. And that's where the chase starts, because the person that you may have dinged in whatever app you're in, you are showing that you're wanting to pursue them, and the person says, oh, hey, hello, and then all of a sudden you feel like you're pursuing, right? And then all of a sudden you don't hear from them anymore. That's a chase. Stop doing that. Like, don't chase them. Evaluate the situation and move on. All right. I know that a lot of you out there understand what I'm saying, and it's pretty simple and it's black and white, but I wanted to give you this because there are two things that we are out here doing that we are not doing it right. And guys, let me give you a little word of advice. When you're on a dating app, please do not write in your profile that you are not chasing anybody. We get it. You shouldn't be, but you don't need to say that because it's a turnoff. It's an absolute turnoff to women as myself who are self-aware of what I'm looking for, that you have to indicate to someone else that you're not chasing. I would hope you're not chasing. I would hope that you're on this app in efforts to pursue a woman in a relationship. Okay. So if you have I'm not chasing on your profile, I'm giving you a heads up. Take it off. Remove it. Write something about yourself. We want to know about you. We want to know what you're looking for, and we want to know what your needs are. Because if we don't know, we can't adapt, or we can't kind of compare apples to oranges with you, right? So I have my oranges, you have your apples, and I want to compare. Do we match up? Or are we looking for the same things? Okay. Leave the I don't want to chase, just leave it in your mind. If you don't want to chase, fine. Just say it to yourself and just leave it as it is. But don't put it out there because it is an absolute turnoff. I have been turned off multiple times by someone on their profile saying, I'm not chasing. Don't do that, guys. Ugh, don't do that. Okay. I enjoyed this with you. Do you know the difference between pursuit and chase? Let's go back to it. Pursuit is a healthy interest between two people. The chase is a one sided communication, non forward movement effort. Okay? Now, if you guys loved this episode, click below the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification button, and you will get the next episode. Now, I know when you click that notification, you're going to get my Monday motivations, and we all need a kick in the butt on Monday, especially after long weekends. Okay. So do me the favor, click the Mondays, get your notifications on, and subscribe because that shows me love. Okay. And if you're not subscribing and you're listening to my podcast on all platforms, I love you and just keep on listening. Just keep coming back and keep downloading those episodes and showing your love. Okay. I love you very much, guys. And I hope that you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you on the next one.